All right, now we're doing 7Q target date. This is by G964, and 80% of people like it. We have an amount of money, A0, which is greater than 0, and we deposit it with an interest rate of P% divided by 360 per day on the 31st of January, 2016. We want to have an amount A is greater than and equal to A0. So we want to have the amount A, all right? Our task is to make this function with parameters, these ones. This is the interest rate, see, will return as a string the date on which we will have just reached our goal dollarage, all right? So right here, they want to get $1 with 0.98% interest, and it's going to take 366 days. They want to get 150 bucks with 2% interest, and it's going to take 7,299 days for 50 bucks. Anyway, the return format of the date is this year's, month's, day. The deposit is always on the first. Well, oh, no, okay. The deposit, the initial deposit is always on this day, and we're not going to forget to take the rate for a day to be P divided by 3,600, since banks consider that there are 360 days in a year. We have this going on also. A is over 0. We've already said that. This is over 0, and this is above A, 0. Okay. Awesome. All right, so let's knock some of this out, right? Let's think about it. We're going to have to start with an initial value, right? So let's do result equals 1, okay? Because it doesn't. We're not going to be dealing with any like indexes or anything like that on this one. So now let's do a for loop, and we're going to say for, and then we're going to say let I, and this is just I for iterator, not even I for index or anything. So let I equal 0, just a general I right there. And we're going to say while A0 is less than A, so well the money getting accrued is less than the goal money, the goal dollarage, whatever. I don't know how you say that stuff. We're going to say I++. We're going to keep iterating through. All right, so right here, okay, we're going to do, we're going to say result plus, and that's the days. Basically, the results is just how many days it's sitting in that account. And then we're also going to say A0 plus equals, and then we're going to do something like A0 times the interest rate, which is P, and that's going to be divided by this 36,000 right here. I might have said 3,600 earlier, whatever. 36,000. And that looks good right there. Now let's say, this is where it gets not complicated but ugly. So now we're going to say return, and what we need to do is turn this number, which will be growing as long as we're getting to this number. We're going to pardon me, we're going to have to turn this number into something that looks like this right here. Something that, looks like this right here. All right. So to do that, we're going to use this Json.Stringify, and the Json.Stringify method converts a JavaScript object or value to a JSON string, optionally replacing values if a replacer function is specified, or optionally including only the specified properties if a, I don't know what we got to do that. but we do. Oh, it's because we're doing this new date. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so what we're going to do is say Json.Stringify. And inside here, we're going to use a date constructor. And this creates a JavaScript date instance that represents a single moment in time in a platform-independent format, whatever that means. Date objects contain a number that represents milliseconds since 1 January 1970. All right. And it'll come out looking like this, I guess. Anyway, here's all this stuff about that. So what we're going to do is say new and then date. And then inside here, we're going to start, let's go over here again. We're going to do year, month index, and day, okay? And so the year is going to be 2016. The month is 01. I think, no, it's just 0. And then we're going to say, because if we make it 1, it'll go to 2. So we're going to start off with just that right there. So then when it says 1, it'll go to 1. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. So now we're going to say the result. All right, and let's see what this looks like real quick. JSON is not defined. That's not how you spell Jason. Son. There we go. All right, so now it looks like this. All right, so we got pretty much what we're looking for, but we need to get rid of this junk right here. All right, so to do that, we're going to use the slice method, and it returns a shallow copy of a portion of an array into a new array object selected from start to end, where end is not included, where start and end represent the index of items in that array. So basically, here's one with a start and end. So this is going to start at index 2 and end right before 4. So at index 3, so index 2 is 0, 1, 2. Index 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just going to take these two like it says. All right. So over here, let's count this up. First things first, this is part of it. So that's one of the characters. So we're going to have to start at 1. And then, we're going to have to start at 1. This one's 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it's also said over here, end is not included. So we got to say 11, where this T is right here. So we're going to say dot slice 1, 11. Let's see what happens. And look, it works. All right. Now, that's a lot of typing. Not only is that a lot of typing, but this is about 33% slower, 25% slower than doing it the one-liner way. So let me show you what's going on over here. We're going to say const here. Right here, we're going to say equals. Right here, we're going to say arrow. And the rest of it, we're going to drop like a bad habit, just like that. So first thing we need to know when we're doing it this way is we're going to need to know this number of periods formula, okay? This is basically the formula to get what we're looking for, the amount of days into the future. So it's natural logarithm, so natural logarithm here of future value over present value. So the AO over A divided by the natural logarithm of 1 plus rate per period, which is the, what is that? It's P divided by 36,000, okay? So we just got to get that in there first and foremost. So we're going to say, also we got to do this date constructor first. But first we're going to say new date, like we did before. And we're going to say 2016. 0, just like we did before, and now we're going to do the day right here. So with this one, we're going to be using. Let me just show you what's up first. So we're going to say math. Hold on, let me give you this math.log real quick. Math.log is basically how you get the natural logarithm. That's it. All right. We're going to say math.log, and we're going to say future value. Was it future value? Future value over present value. So A over AO. Okay, that's what it is. So we're going to say A over A0. And then we're going to do divided by math.log. And we're going to say, what was it? P divided by 36,000 plus 1. Because that is the formula. All right, so 1 plus that, whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, and now that we've got that, let's see what happens. Test it out. We wanted this to be the third and not the first. So what's the problem here? I'm going to tell you what it is. It's that it's rounding. It needs to be rounding up. So what we're going to do here is throw this in parentheses, and over here we're going to say math.ceil. Now let's see what happens. The second, but we need this to be, what was it? We need this to be the third. So here, we're probably going to have to add 1. So we're going to have to say this, all this junk, math.ceil, where are we at? There's that, that. So all this plus 1. Ah, yes, because of the initial value. Okay, let's see what happens. 7.3, 7.3. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we've got to convert this into something that looks like this. All right, we got to get it from this to this. So to do that, we're going to use this ISOS string. You know, to ISOS string. Excuse me, to ISO string. That's what I mean. Method returns a string simplified extended ISO format, which is basically international formatting of times and dates, if you want to read that up, right up on that. And it's always either 24 or 27 characters long. Anyway, whatever. We're going to use this. And we're going to say dot this. Let's see what happens. All right, good. And now, unlike the other one, we don't have to deal with the quotation marks because it's not, because the other one was dealing with, we were doing the Json Stringify. In this one, all we got to do is start at 0 and end at 10 right here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then t is 10. So we're going to say dot slice 0, 10. Let's see what happens. All right, great. Attempt it. Great. And on the other one, if we would have attempted it, we can attempt it. Look, 27 milliseconds. We can just go back. Watch. All right. Just like that. Let's attempt it. So 27 milliseconds there. And on this one, we've got 34 milliseconds. So it wasn't that big of a difference, but it's still a difference. Plus, it's a lot less typing. So let's go into the future right there. Attempt it. Submit it. There we go. Very much like this. Let's go to My Solutions. Just me. Best practice in my opinion. And we'll see you next time.